So I have one extra little special treat for you, and I think you're going to find this personally really inspiring. And I hope you recognize in what they say many messages about yourself and your team. I'm going to edit some of these for wider sharing, but I wanted to send you the full videos. These are my amazing members talking about the impact of training on their practice and themselves. Some of them are brand new to me, some of them have been with me for a while, but I want you to listen to what they say because that's what really counts. All I am interested in is investing in you as a community, wherever you are in the world, so that you can feel great and do an amazing job with your children. And therefore, we genuinely do change the world. And that is not just something that we can talk about, you are actually doing it. So I can't wait for you to be part of that process. And as I say, grab a cuppa and enjoy these.
Hi there, I am Stacey, and I currently am on a very enjoyable journey at early years maths with Karen Wilding. I've been teaching a really long time, mostly older children, and I really fancied a change, so decided I want to go into early years. And so did a little bit of digging around. I kind of stumbled upon Karen because her name is synonymous with Greg Bottrell, who I absolutely love as well. And started watching her free YouTube videos on subitizing, and wow, that was a wow bomb in itself. What I took away from there was just an absolute revelation. So I decided to dig a little bit deeper, and the journey has been amazing so far. I'm actually really enjoying teaching again and learning and developing my subject knowledge, things that I thought I knew, which I really now realise I did not know. So that's been fantastic. And the impact it's had on the children that I teach has been incredible as well. I think the takeaway things that I've really noticed from working with Karen is the power of the question of what can you see? How do you see it? What do you notice? I never would have thought that could be such a wow bomb in itself, but goodness me, the stuff you get out of children just from asking those very powerful questions. Another thing I've noticed is from myself is my neutral face. So Karen talks a lot about neutral face, and boy does it work. Having a neutral face as a teacher rather than sort of lots of gestures that you do and big smiley faces to encourage children to give the answer that you want, but actually using your neutral face has been fantastic. The stuff you get out of them, because they keep giving and giving, and they have to work really hard to give you the things that they know, and that has been a revelation. The impact on my own planning has been great, and the whole idea of learning more but having to plan less is absolutely been a game changer. But I would recommend Karen Wilding's maths to anybody, and it's having a real impact in the early years that I'm working in. All the TAs are absolutely loving it. It's being drip fed around the school. People are coming in to watch. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'm still enjoying my journey. I love being a member of Impact. I'm learning so much. And actually, I've learned to enjoy maths, which before wasn't really my thing. So, yes, I would say those are my main takeaways, and I'm sure there's more to follow.
My biggest wow bomb in training with Karen is realising that the way I'd been taught to teach maths is inherently wrong, and it's just so simple to fix. And when you realise what you didn't know, and when you know it, it's just fabulous. My confidence has gone through the roof. And I wish I'd known this years ago. And I'm so glad I know it now. The impact it's having on our setting is amazing. And the impact it's having on the staff in my setting, after I've delivered a little bit of an insight into this system, has been wow, it's been fantastic, and the feedback I've got on this has been great, and just makes me so much better a teacher and a happier teacher. So thanks, Karen. Bye.
Hi, I'm Lynn. I discovered Karen and EYMaths approximately 2 years ago, almost 2 years now, when I discovered the Sunflower Challenge, one of Karen's mini challenges. This made such a difference to the way that I think about maths and the way I teach maths now, for the better. The number of wow bombs I came away with from that challenge was great. The understanding behind the maths enables you to be able to adapt your planning, so you don't have to use the Sunflower Challenge. You can make it about any topic that the children are interested in. It makes maths so meaningful to the children, and it links to their actual world, so they can see why they need the maths and why they would use it. My understanding in maths and my development and my subject knowledge has grown. I really enjoy maths now, and this comes through to the children, and their enjoyment and their wanting to do these activities is really, really interesting, really good. I have been in Impact for a little while now, and I joined after Pathway, so I moved into Impact, and the community is so supportive. Everybody is there to help each other whenever you need help. You can ask so many questions and you're not made to feel silly. Everybody's there to want to help each other. The learning that we do with Karen in Impact, so many wow bombs. You just come away from the sessions so energized and so enthused that you want to put all this learning that you've had into place and setting. You want the children to come away with all of these ideas, and so you just prioritize what you're going to do first, otherwise you would have a long list. So I would really recommend Karen and EYMaths to anybody, and when you try, you won't want to stop, you'll just keep going. Thanks.
So my biggest wow bomb, I think, Karen, I think my colleagues would probably agree, would be my knowledge of subitizing. The years I've spent teaching children that the best way to know how many you've got is to count and to recount and count again and check by counting, and not having that first step of what do you notice, and asking that what do you notice question rather than just saying how many. As I just said, years I spent saying how many are there, and the answer just being that straight 5, 2, 3. And now I get so much more mathematical knowledge out of the leads that I teach, and they get so much more out of it as well, and they say what they can see, and that goes into their provision. And I'll get them coming up to me and saying, look, I've got 5. And I'll say, how do you know you've got 5? Well, I can see a 2 and a 1, or I can see a 3 and a 2. And then also knowing that that amount, that whole, isn't just made of 2 parts. It isn't just that number bond. A whole has several parts, and with 5 of them going, I can see a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1 and a 1. And then them knowing that that is as valuable as them saying 3 and 2 or 4 and 1. I think that's really been my biggest wow since training with Karen, but just my knowledge in general, and just being able to be a user rather than a follower. And I have much more confidence with my mathematical knowledge and my mathematical planning than I ever did when I first started training, when I first became a teacher. And that knowledge that I've been able to give to the children that I teach, but also my colleagues, has been absolutely phenomenal. And I have to thank Karen for that.
Hello, I'm Kent, and I'm just going to say a few things as Hello, I'm Claire Kent, and I'm just going to say a few things as to what I've learned from EYMaths over the last 18 months or so that I've been part of this wonderful community. I think the most important thing for me that I've learned is about noticing. It's about noticing for me and taking time with the children to enable them to notice as well, and for them to ask the right questions, and for me to enable them by keeping that neutral face, not expecting a specific answer for them, but just really noticing and listening to the children, but also embracing that I don't know what I don't know yet, but learning and feeling excited about doing that research, building up my subject knowledge, and then sharing that with the children and my team as well, which has just transformed my maths teaching. The other thing, since getting a scheme in the school very recently, it's about being a user and not a follower of that scheme. But the thing that's enabled me to do that is being really secure in my own subject knowledge and knowing how I can enhance that scheme to make it better for everybody involved, including me. And the biggest change is that I just love teaching maths. It's just incredible, and I'm just learning the whole time. And when I don't know something, I just say I don't know it yet, and I go and find out. So thank you very much to Karen and the community. And there's loads more, but it's just a short video. Thanks, bye.
Where do I start with EYMaths and the community that we have? I stumbled across Karen and EYMaths just after COVID, and I didn't have any confidence in my maths teaching or knowledge itself. I believed that I was silly, didn't understand maths, didn't have a clue in what I was doing, and I just didn't have a maths brain. Then found Karen and had somebody explain maths to me in a way that made sense, was visual, and actually I got it, and my confidence has soared in teaching maths to the children that I'm working with on a daily basis. I never thought I'd say that. I still don't know everything, but nobody knows everything. The techniques that Karen shows us, the community that we can lean on at any time for support, friendship, guidance, at any time that we need it, is invaluable. And I would recommend it wholeheartedly to anybody that's even thinking, doubting joining at all. It's a place that you can feel secure, that you can ask questions, and just feel passionate and develop a love for a subject that I really didn't like teaching up until about a couple of years ago. So I can't thank Karen enough, and absolutely love EYMaths. And so thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I've got two things that have been like major wow bombs for me since learning with Karen. The first is to do with my own teaching, and it's the question, what do you notice? And it's just been an absolute game changer, and asking the children, what do you notice, has meant that they're able to say anything that comes into their head, show me all the mathematical understanding that they've got, without me kind of having to drag it out of them. And it's been one of the things that if people have said, oh, if I could choose one thing to change about my practice, what would it be? And I would say that question. And my second thing is to do with my own kind of planning, and that has been actually invest the time in that subject knowledge, because I would say a couple of years ago, before I started training with Karen, going to PPA, sitting down with my colleagues, right, what we're doing in maths, let's open the scheme, let's have a look. Oh, that's fine, we'll do that. And then really not kind of putting the effort into understanding the maths, and just that simple, right, what we're going to teach this week, okay, let's find out about it first, let's do some training. Game changer.